Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. And you can see we're in a busy our communication centre, so there's over 60 people taking your 999 or 101 calls, so very busy. But what we thought we'd do today is there have been a number of questions that you've asked for me to ask the Chief Constable. So first of all, let me welcome Marsh. Thank you very much, Andy. And this is all part of our accessibility and transparency about the things that you want to know about Avon Somerset Police. So what we're going to do over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to collate a number of questions that you've sent in and talk about the things that matter to you. And those are things like knife crime, hate crime, the policing part of the council tax, and then how we're going to use technology. So I've got a whole array of questions and we'll get through them as quickly as we can. But first of all, Andy, let's talk about knife crime. We have seen appalling issues there in London, and we're beginning to have a sense that we are seeing now an increase in knife crime. So we talk about, the Home Secretary talks about this being a contagious disease. So what's your view on what we're doing here?
So we're doing a lot, but just first of all to describe the size and scale of the problem, we have had an increase in knife-related crime. So in the last financial year that just finished, in April this year, we had about 1,800 knife crimes. In the financial year before then, we had 1,200. So it's about a 50% increase in knife crimes. We had, over a 12-month period, 14 murders, 9 of them were stabbings. So a knife is the most frequently used weapon in a knife crime. And indeed, it's only through the heroic efforts of our medics and paramedics that number is significantly higher. So we're concerned, I'm concerned that we've got a growing problem around knife crime. We're doing an awful lot proactively, we're doing a lot around education, we're doing a lot around prevention and protection, but we do significantly need the help and support of our communities if we're to succeed in tackling it.
And the knives becoming more popular than guns. So, we're seeing knives are far more accessible to guns.
We are incredibly diligent in pursuing any intelligence about a gun, and if a criminal is caught with a gun, they're going to go to prison, probably for quite a long time. And so we know that there's a small number of firearms in criminal possession within their reach, but criminals will go to great lengths to make sure that they're not directly in their hands and they have access to them and they're not in possession of them. Unfortunately, more and more, we're finding that particularly young men, and most victims of knife crime are young, most offenders with knife crime are young, the vast majority, but we're finding that it's becoming more frequent that such young people are carrying knives. I may well talk about some stop and search efforts later, but this is the sort of knife that we're recovering for things such as this. There is no legitimate reason that it's done. So for example, one of the other things we're doing is we're doing test purchase operations in retail outlets to see if they will sell knives like this to children. And we're finding on some occasions they are. So if you're a retailer, you're watching this and you're selling knives, be very careful because we're out there looking. But if people are caught in possession of a knife, yes, it's serious. Yes, they're likely to go to court, but they're young people. They won't go to prison for 5 years. And so worryingly, it's becoming, I think, more frequent that people are carrying such weapons.
And especially our young people in schools. So what are we doing to persuade young children not to carry around such knives, even though they will tell you that it's self-defense?
So the idea of self-defense is a fallacy. So let me be clear about that. But I know that, you know that, but the young people who may make foolish decisions don't know that. So when I became chief, you asked me to ring-fence the number of police officers and PCSOs in London. We're going to talk about this a bit later, I think. But actually, those officers and PCSOs have been put to good work, and one of the strands that they're doing is around engagement and prevention. And so they're delivering consistently elements of education into schools, including, and I watched it this morning, a 10-minute video clip that supports an educational input on prevention of knife crime, and it makes it very clear in the graphic explanation and use of families affected by bereavement and stabbings, just how foolish it is to carry a knife and what the consequences will be.
And that early intervention flows through all the investment that we are doing within the
early intervention informed by predictive analytics, informed by highly trained specialist capable beat managers and PCSOs. That is at the heart of what we do. We know that's much better than investigating a crime once it's happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the fact Sue, that we've recovered hundreds, thousands of knives like
I mean, this is just frightening. This is just, there's no justifiable reason why you carry something like this around.
So we've got, no, there isn't, so at all. We've run knife amnesties in line with the national SEPTA, it's called Operation SEPTA against knife crime. But in 4 of our police stations in the force now, Bridewell, Hatchway, Bridgewater, one of the Keynsham, we've got permanent knife bins.
Okay.
Now parents, children, if you're watching this, there isn't any reason for having a knife like that. If there's one in your household, bring it to one of those locations and put it in the amnesty bin. It can only be used to harm people.
And they won't get into trouble if they do.
No, they won't.
Thank you, Andy. Moving on to hate crime. There's been a lot this week because it's National Hate Crime Awareness Week, and the constabulary, the officers and staff have done a lot to raise this subject awareness. Hate crime is an individual's crime, to be attacked because of who you are. It's just not acceptable. Can you tell me what you are doing to specifically enable suicide attacking?
So we're doing a number of things, but significantly we need to develop and build upon the trust and confidence that the community have in us to tell us about hate crime. And that's hate crime whether it's about race, religion, ethnicity, all aspects of difference. We want people to tell us about it. And we know that these aspects of crime are underreported, particularly disability-related crime. So yesterday I was with an independent group of advisors telling me about how I build the confidence up, how we get more reporting. So we need people to report it. But actually, equally as important, we've got to do a good job of investigating it, because we want people to have that trust in us, and we want it to stop. That's the primary objective, is to allow people to live their lives free from that fear of being intimidated or victimised because of who they are. And so we have got the highest priority on tackling that hate crime, finding out who's done it and stopping it.
And what happens if they keep on reporting what's happening?
Well, I would always urge anyone who's had a positive service that they've received to speak to the officer in the case. Ask to speak to their supervisors. You can make a complaint. Of course, we don't want complaints, but if we're not getting it right, that's what should happen. And you have oversight over whether we deal with those complaints properly. Now, what I would say is, though, there are also independent groups, a number of different independent groups. Obviously, SARI are one of those independent groups who will advocate for people who are victims of hate crime if they want. To want it under the current restrictions of GDPR for us to pass the details. But they will actually talk to our officers and staff. They know how we investigate and they can help us do our best.
I think the important message is that don't suffer this homicide. Is that if you are being attacked, are being harassed, you need to speak out. And if any of us see it going on as well, we need to speak out too.
Yeah, and just today, so every week I send a blog out to my officers and staff. I wrote about how insidious hate crime is and how important it is that we're amongst the best in the world at tackling it. And I gave a couple of examples, one around race and one around homophobia, where officers have done a fantastic job, and they do many occasions do a brilliant job going extra miles to catch the people responsible.
Thank you for that. Let's move on to council tax. Let's talk about fairer funding. You know that both of us battle with the government to get a fairer funding for Sunset. You know that because the government gave us the flexibility, we were able to increase the council tax precept earlier this year. And what I'm now out on consultation, and if anyone wants to look at the consultation, it's on our website, is whether we continue to ask local people to dig deep, because I'm going to ask them, if they will pay an extra £1 a month to be able to tackle particularly 2 areas. I've been out to listen to many local people, and there are 2 areas that really stick out. One is tackling drugs, and one is tackling burglary. And those are the subjects, those are the topics that people really and don't feel that whether it's Avon Somerset or any what are you, if we get that okay from local residents, what would you do with that?
So just to show some appreciation of the fact that the residents did enable and support the council tax credit last year, that increase last year is the only reason that I've been able to protect the number of beat managers and PCSOs. So looking forward into the next year, what are we going to do about burglary? So if we're able to experience a similar increase, what I can guarantee is we'll have a branded operation around burglary, and it will improve things in 3 areas. My intention is it will improve the number of crimes we solve for the people we catch. It will improve the satisfaction of the people who are satisfied with burglary, but with the way the police respond to it. And the third thing is I intend through catching more criminals that actually the levels of burglary would be stable or reduced at the moment they go down the slide.
As far as residential homes, if you get burgled, it's an invasion of your space. It's where you feel safe. So that will continue to be a priority for the police residential.
Yeah, well, I had a lovely letter last week to Mum, who said that she was burgled in her house and that son hadn't felt safe. Sleeping in the house until the police officer came around and reassured them that we're always there, we'll always be there to help. She said that the son had the best night's sleep that he had since the crime was committed. So it is a horrible crime and it's a priority. I think you hear loud and clear that we want to do better. Staff more plans for our community. So I would very much like to run this operation.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's talk about, we're here in the community centre where there are many people taking really important calls. Can you give me just an idea of the daily demands that are coming?
We go good up there?
So we've put these screens up because there's sensitive information that the officers are accessing and dealing with in terms of people calling now. But every single day, about 3,000 people ring up on 101, about 700 people ringing up on 999, and each and every one of them could, and in some cases is, a life-changing situation for most people. So it could be about a missing person, 28 people missing loved ones every single day. It could be about crime that's happening, it could be someone in fear of violence. Now we put an awful lot of effort into how those calls are handled. I think when I took up my commissioner role, you saying that our pick-up rates weren't good enough around 101. Now we're consistently under 5% drop rates from 101, and I know that some other forces nearby are around about 30% or higher. That's amongst the best in the country. 999 calls, over 97% picked up within 10 seconds, and none of them dropped. So we are very proud of what the people that you can see in the periphery of this picture are doing to provide those services to people.
You should be very proud. We're one of the best in the country, and that is to do with the investment, but also to make sure that people know that there is somebody at the door, which is so important. So let's talk about the neighbourhood policing now. This is we rework how you're going to deliver neighbourhood policing. So what can the communities expect to see from their neighbourhood policing?
So we have been able to protect the numbers of beat managers and PCSOs, almost 700 in total, and there are no plans to reduce those. So we've effectively refocused and relaunched that very significant resource. It's no good protecting a resource if you don't get the best out of it. So those officers and PCSOs will now be focusing on 6 pillars, from managing offenders on their patch to managing and supporting vulnerable people through prevention, problem solving, to make sure that we reduce the demand and the misery of crime and antisocial behaviour. But these are more than fine words. They've been issued with completely new technology that will increase the amount of time that they're seen in their community. So that's one of the significant things that we've done.
I think what's really important going into technology is that they've all got body-worn cameras, which they've had now for a couple of years, and has made a big difference to the way that we do it. And of course now they've all got mobile laptops, and I'm hoping that with those use of those laptops that they will not just spend so much time in stations. I actually think that will play out in reality.
So with the body-worn video, for example, we were the police force that pressed the government to change the Police and Criminal Evidence Act to enable those officers to interview using those cameras, which means they're in their neighbourhoods even more. They've been issued with smart technology, which ranges from a phone through to a personal issue laptop through to cars that are Wi-Fi enabled, which means that there really isn't a reason why they need to go back to the police station. All of their work can be done on their beat, from taking a statement, to building a prosecution file, to making checks and inquiries about intelligence systems so they can deal efficiently and effectively in real time with decisions they've got to make. Now it does mean the public are going to see their PCSOs and beat managers more. Fantastic. It does mean they'll be engaging more with the community, managing offenders more, protecting vulnerable people. But you might see them in coffee shops or public places working on their phone or laptop. I promise they're not looking at football or entertaining themselves. They're doing work and say hello to them and speak to them.
And that's all to do with making them be part of the community and that accessibility, which is something that I've been talking about before.
It is. It's a cornerstone of British policing, it's neighbourhood policing. It's transformed policing in my service. It's not always been here. PCSOs have only been about 12 years. And actually we want to protect them, but more than that we want to equip them and get the best out of them. They are at their best when they're by the side of their community. I want them to know and be known by their community. That's their mission.
And as you know, I'm a strong supporter of PCSOs, and in fact we probably have more PCSOs in this force than many other forces.
Yeah.
Because neighbourhood teams for me is the way that we work intelligently, but also that we create those relationships when there's not a crisis.
Yeah.
And that's really valuable.
Most of the murders are very few and far between. Most murders, solving them is really down to the knowledge of the neighbourhood policing team. Really important.
And when we look at one of the questions that we get often asked is about procurement, and it's sometimes we do it locally, and sometimes the press will make a big thing about that someone's goods or some price is different with us. As you know, they don't always compare apples with apples. But there are some things that we do regionally and some things we do nationally. So how does Avon Somerset play a part in that national region?
So for about 3 years, actually, I was the national lead for Chief Constables coordinating IT procurement on behalf of the whole service. And we significantly worked with the government through what's called the FRAM Commercial Service Procurement Scheme, where forces in advance bid for how many laptops they need in baskets of a certain specification. So at every opportunity, Avon Somerset has to scale up procurement, whether it's on uniform, cars, IT or other equipment. We will do that to get the best possible deal for our public taxpayer. And so when I hear some of these media stories about why do you buy this and it costs much more, actually, by my opinion, we don't ever do that. We only do what's best for the taxpayer of Avon Somerset. So if we step out of those regional or national procurement frameworks, it's for some reason we've got a better deal.
And it's really important that we use that money really, really wisely, because anything that we can possibly save, we have to reinvest in the front line. That's what our local people expect us to do.
Yeah, and we are more and more being regarded as progressive around the use of IT. So we got a fantastic deal on our Bollywood video, we got a fantastic deal on our mobile digital solution, and part of the reason is that the commercial providers know that we will make fantastic use of their equipment, and that will put it in the shop window for others and say, well, look what they've done with it. So we are regarded to be a good force to work with, to give a great deal.
Okay, there was a question that was sent in about predictive policing, such as artificial intelligence. How are you going to use this to tackle crime in Avon?
So we are in receipt, you just imagine the data that comes into this report, of a huge amount of information, and understanding who's vulnerable and who's dangerous when you're looking for that needle in that haystack is, for the human brain now, an impossible thing. So I came across an interesting fact the other day, from the start of time to the year that Holly and Jessica were murdered in Soham, the same amount of data was created in that whole time than is created now every 48 hours. So we use advanced analytics, we use algorithms, we use visual graphics to help officers and staff make smart decisions. Because I don't think the public will forgive us for not acting on information we either knew or should have done. Now, through our use of visual graphics and predictive analytics, we make sure that we give our people the very best chance of protecting the vulnerable and catching criminals.
And we're leading some work that's been funded by the Home Office.
So So we've extended that approach to try and work with other partners, local authority, health, education, all of it under the careful watch of the Information Commissioner, so that we do it exactly right, and we're very careful with private data. And we do believe that there are significant benefits to working together with that information to help intervene early, to prevent sexual exploitation of children, to prevent vulnerable groups, to prevent harm. And whenever I talk to public groups and stakeholders, they're incredibly supportive of our work in that area.
Thank you. We are running out of time. Is there anything that you want to
I think just with the knife crime thing, my officers are busy where there are grounds doing stop search. In 14% of stop search we find knives like this and other knives. So we need the public support to do that fairly and transparently, so we need to be able to do our enforcement. But actually the criminals are quite cute. If they're not carrying them, they will hide them under bushes, sometimes in public, in gardens, private gardens and public. So if you see officers doing a knife search in a park, that's the sort of thing we want the public to help us with. Not touch the knife, pick them up, but draw our attention to them. If you live on a busy road, particularly in an urban area, just have a look under your bushes every now and then and check there's no knives. If there are, give us a ring and we'll come and pick it up, and that will help keep people safe.
That's excellent. And I think that's a really important message, because local people are your eyes and ears, and we can never have enough intelligence and information. So thank you very much. If we have answered your questions, if not, we have another session on January the 24th. And if you want to submit questions that you want me to put to the Chief Constable, I'm very happy to do so. As I say, this is all to do with your Police and Crime Commissioner asking questions of your Chief Constable, because that's what you are paying for. So anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, thank you, bye.